Well, as most of you know, I use these cheap action cameras to shoot most of my RC videos. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to unbox another cheap action camera. This one claims to be a 4K Ultra, a high definition camera. So we're actually going to try to do some side-by-side comparisons. I've used other cheap action cameras before, and I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison with my primary cheap action camera, which is the Geek Pro 4.0. So we'll try to get you some side-by-side footage, and we're going to unbox this thing and see what comes in the package and take a good look at the build quality. Be right back, folks. Okay, first thing you should notice on the top is they got a label here, like almost an afterthought. It says only compatible with Class 10 memory cards. From the best of my research, most of the SD cards you buy now are Class 10. But you should be mindful of that you should be buying a high-speed SD card with a high read speed and a high write speed. Probably because of the 4K video. Keep that in mind, okay? And this is a little disturbing with this crack, but we'll see what's going on here, okay? So, let me get this tape off of here, and I'll be right back. Tape off, and as you can see, I got the box over there. There's the lid. That down there, and seems to me that they have this screwed on here really good, actually. Looks like that will require a Phillips screw. That is wild. Be right back, folks. Screwdriver to remove that transport bracket, just like that. Okay. So, get a good look at the camera. Go all the way around. It's pretty much a setup just like, well, you know who. But it also looks just like the Geek Pro 4.0 and several other action cameras that I have used. So yeah, real quick, we'll set this aside and let's go through the box and take a look at what it comes with. Alright, wow. Looks like a quick start manual, which looks very familiar to me. Very generic, almost nondescript. I mean, they give you a few of the basics, you know, but pretty much what I find with these cameras, you will have to learn on your own, which is fine by me, you know. That's cool. Set that aside. Let's go through your or you got some zip ties here. You got a cable here, probably attaching it to a handlebar or your helmet or some alternative something on your body or your car or whatever, just to make sure if it does fall off, it doesn't fall far. Looks like we have a helmet strap, is what that looks like, or a head strap. An extra back, waterproof back. Several mounting. Oh, this is a tripod mount. You can see that there. And yeah, that's wild. I'll give you a couple of different mounts there. That's really cool. I mean, you can always use the mounts. And this is the actual mount to mount it to anything, I would imagine. Okay. This one here looks like a baseball hat mount, maybe. Clip it there. You got a pinch clip on there. Cap. Your charger transfer cable. Lens cloth that was just so crudely thrown in there. But these are nice. Hang on to them. A couple of adhesive style You have one that's kind of curved, probably for a helmet, and one that's completely flat, kind of nice. And there is a standard mount to clip onto the ones we just mentioned, right like that. Handlebar mount for bicycle or motorcycle, very nice. This is what looks to be like a you know, I really don't know. That's an odd one. Almost like it's also a screw pinch clamp, but we'll figure it out. I mean, half these brackets I'll never use. Another one that looks just like the last one. Anyway, it's nice that they give them to you. This is also another one that actually extends it, slides in the same mount, but actually raises it from the last one, which was very lower here, you know. That's kind of cool. Charger, never use that. Use my computer. These are very nice. I use the heck out of this one on my tripod. And I'll tell you why. If you have it in the waterproof case, it really muffles the microphone so it doesn't hear much. If you're not going to be near water, I always use this thing. That way the microphone is completely open and free. And it mounts on a tripod as well, which is really nice. So yeah, this is, in fact, when I'm filming this right now, the Geek Pro 4.0 is sitting in one of these. Okay, so we'll get to that. And then, oh, there's that helmet strap. And now those other straps just must be, where did they go here? Sorry, I don't do unboxings much. I just want to give you an honest review of what I'm seeing right now. You have Velcro straps here, so let's see what they are. Oh, they're just little straps, probably just to strap things anywhere. Yeah, it's nice. I might use those in cars for the batteries, so that's nice. And then, what are these, suspenders? No, just more straps. Alright, well, there's that. There's that head strap. And, let's open that and take a look. It just seems to me that this camera would be a little heavier to strap to your head. Oh, but that's cool. That is cool. Wow, it's well made. That is really cool. Camera mounts there. Hey, you know what? I just may try this out. I might look like a goofball doing it, but I just might try that out. Alright. Let's get back to the camera here. Waterproof case. If this is anything like the Geek Pro 4.0, I know it works good because I've had it submerged in water before. So yeah, they're really cool. And you know, I know the name brand camera, it'll fit right in here. In fact, all of these accessories will cross-mate with the name brand. Pull this out of here. Set that aside. And there's your camera. This is your power button, which also, once the camera is on, allows you to move through the selections, whether it be to review what you just filmed, to review the photos you just taken, or to get into settings, you know, and that way you could set your camera up, you know, after the camera is on. This is your quick record button and your stop button. Also, when you go through the selection button here, it will eventually get to the settings button, and then you use these to go through your settings, and then you use this one to select what you've just chosen in the settings. Okay, so we'll go through that. Okay, by the way, if the Wi-Fi on this works half as good as the Geek Pro 4.0 to shoot the image to my telephone, allow my telephone to use to do the operating of the record and stuff, that'll be great, because that's an awesome feature. Okay, let's check inside here. This is your battery compartment, which is, oh, nice. It's going to share the same style battery as the other. You know, it's a little stubborn to get out of there, but I'm not going to fault that. I mean, it could be a little easier. They just put these little tabs on here, and sometimes they're hard to get off, because this one looks like it was bent out of the way. But there you go, and it just pulls right out. Yeah, standard battery that I've had on the other models, and which is nice because I have quite a few of these batteries. And on the other cameras, I get about an hour and a half to hour and 50 minutes shooting time in 1080p at 30 frames per second. So again, if you're shooting in 4K, which why wouldn't you if you bought this and it actually works, why wouldn't you shoot in 4K? That's my point. See what kind of juice is in this battery. Alright, so we just turned it on. And there you're looking at what I'm looking at right now. It says no SD card because there is no SD card. Now it says 1080p at 60 frames per second. Let's go through. It's not going to allow me to do anything without an SD card. So you know what? Let me get an SD card, folks, and I'll be right back. Put a memory card in it. So let's resume. There we are. Okay, so let's go through the functions here. If it's going to let us. There's photo. You see a little camera up there in the top there. There's your time lapse, I believe. No. This is burst mode. I think you can set this. Default is 3 photos with 1 click. Click, 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 click. And you can go into the settings and change that. Let's go see if we can do that right now. Alright, there's your time lapse. That could be set in intervals of 2 seconds, 4 seconds, 6, 7 seconds, and so on. We'll go through that as well. Alright, here's your settings. Now to access your settings, you're at the settings page. There's your top button. Click that. Video resolution. Now you want to click the top button again, and you'll get access to that. Right now it's set at default at 1080p at 30 frames per second. It tells us it's going to shoot at 4K in 15 frames per second. I bought this to try the 4K, so we're going to do that. But if you can see up here, there's another option, 1080 at 60 frames per second. And I'm going to guess the video card I put in here is not going to allow me to have that. So, pause this, and let's go get a high-speed video card. This is what I'm going to be using. This is what I'm using in all my cameras. I tried the SanDisk Extreme Pro, and I've had 2 of them fail out of the 3 that I own. So this time around, I'm going to go with the Samsung Evo Plus. As you can see, it says it's got a read speed of 80 megabytes per second and a write speed of 20 megabytes per second. And you can see it's a class 10, just like they put the little sticker on the top to let you know that class 10 was required. So let's open this card up. For you who've never opened one of these, you see a little scissor mark right here. Just follow your little scissor mark here. Get that off of there. Kind of give it a bend there. And tear it apart. I really seal these things up here nice, which is kind of comforting. Because these things are not exactly cheap. But there goes the card. Card adapter. And your memory card. Samsung. I know they're selling knockoffs of these, so buy this at a reputable dealer. Do not buy these from like Banggood or Alibaba, because chances are going to be knockoffs and fakes. So let's turn our camera off, which we haven't done. Okay, let's pop out our slow video card and put our fast one in. Keeping in mind that the label of the card faces the screen the same way. Okay, let's turn this back on. There we go. Now let's go back into the settings, okay? Photo, burst, time lapse, and settings. Video resolution, click on that. And as you can see, the options are available for us now. This is the high-speed card. 1080p at 60 frames per second. 1080p at 30 frames, which was default out of the box. And 4K at 15 frames per second. And you also have 2.7K at 24 frames per second, which it's kind of a surprise to me because I didn't know that. So we're going to set this at default right here. Okay? So we're there now. And then timestamp, I'll worry about that later. I always leave it off anyway. I don't want it on my video or my images. Exposure, we'll go through that. I'll have to do that outside because the light in here is, well, as you can see by watching this video, I'm working under incandescent light, so I really need to work on my lighting. for these types of videos anyway. Okay, so let's get out of here. We'll stay at photo resolution. You could set it at max. It's probably set at max out of the box. It is 12 megapixel wide, or yeah, that's it. And I set that. First photo, you can go through here and set 3 photos. Let's see what else we can do here. I guess there's 3 photos on that. Time lapse. You can go through 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Let's see what else they offer. 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and 60 seconds. So you know, if you use that, which I don't, that's great for you. Continuous lapse, which is nice. You can just set the camera on there outside and turn it on at 2 seconds, 3 seconds, or whatever, and it'll just keep taking that photo every whatever amount you chose. You know, click, click, click until you stop it, or the battery's dead, or the memory card's full, whatever. You know, we'll leave that off for now because I don't use it. Power frequency. Click on that. 50 hertz. I use my other one at 50 hertz. It seems to work fine, and I'm going to do that unless you pick up hum from like a light fixture. If you're working under it, try changing the hertz. You know, that's what that's there for. Language. We'll set this at English because that's what I speak. Sound indicator I like on. Upside down. There's something new. Oh, I guess maybe if the camera's upside down, it'll find itself and record right side up, which is kind of nice. Screensaver. I don't use. I just allow the screen to go off in 1 minute, which is nice because it'll still record and the screen will go off and save your battery, which is nice. Power saver. Again, this is going back to it'll shut itself down in 3 minutes with no activity. So it knows if you're recording, if there's movement in front of the lens, even if it's recording or there's no sound, it'll just shut down in 3 minutes, which is again another one. There's your format your card, which we might as well do that right now because it's a brand new card. And the card is formatted and ready to use. And we'll turn this back on. Our card is ready to use. We've gone through all the settings. There is a factory reset in there too. We didn't get to that, but you can see right now it's set to 4K at 15 frames per second. We're going to go get some video footage with this side by side with the Geek Pro 4.0, and yeah, we're going to see how this performs. And I'm actually very eager too because this camera is so affordable, it's ridiculous. So let's go see if it really works. Well, I went out and did some sample shooting with this, and I got some comparisons between this camera and the Geek Pro 4.0, as you saw earlier in this video. So, you know, you're going to have to make up your own mind. I'm going to give it a try for another week or so, and then I'll give you a follow-up review as far as durability, battery life, quality. We'll see, you know. But, yeah, I hope that helps, folks. And if you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below, and I do appreciate it. Thank you very much.